What you doing, Jumpin' Jewel Beans?
Well, we are making cheese Danish, and we are making northern bean and ham soup. And that's our projects for today. I've got the northern bean soup started. I've got potatoes and ham and celery and carrots and onions and ham broth all in here cooking. And
Our ham. That was our homemade broth.
Yep. Everything is from scratch.
Talk about your pastries here.
Now, these pastries are pastry shells, and I've cut them into 6. And then this is Philadelphia cream cheese. It called for regular sugar, but I'm a fan of 10X sugar.
Me too.
Because the 10X sugar is smooth. I don't like gritty pastries.
Me either.
So I use 10X sugar for the frosting in the middle. And then I score the pastry so they have a little spot here where you fill in with the
pastry mix?
Yeah, with the icing.
Or cream cheese?
Yeah. And then you put it in the oven, and when it comes out, you'll see that it pushes up like, actually this is a recipe I got off to YouTube.
We love YouTube.
Yeah. And, well, I'm going to be as big as a house if I keep going on YouTube, because I find things on YouTube and I'm like, I really need that in my life. And then I think, well, maybe I won't like it. I haven't found the sweet that I don't like. I love sweets. Right. But it does also broaden my horizons, because then I learn new recipes and stuff.
Right.
And over the winter, I need new adventures, because Rose and I both suffer from SAD, or SAD, seasonal affective disorder, where we just get so depressed over this, being in this house all the time and not being able to go out. So we find things to do. So these Danish are fixing to go in the oven. I've made
And how long they go in for?
15 minutes, I think.
15 minutes and on what?
400.
Oh, it's on 400 degrees.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
And I do check it.
And it's preheating now.
Yeah. I do check them and see. You'll see that they puff up really nice. They puff up really nice. They actually, I was really impressed. I did some of these the other day, and when Kathy was here.
So good, yes.
And, well, I thought I had enough for quite a while, but didn't work out that way, because there aren't any left in this house.
No, we ate them all.
And I had made 24 that day. Now today I'm only making 12, but that finishes up my pastry dough and my frosting almost. Right. I'm sure I'll figure out something to do with that frosting. Who knows what? But I have a tendency to figure things out when it comes to stuff like that.
We can do little cream cheese balls.
Yep. See, there you go.
Yeah.
See, there's always something we can do with it.
Always something.
Yeah.
So and today's the ham and bean soup. I'm going to stop it here. So, and then when these pastries are done, I'll put it back on. And thank you, Jumpin' Jewel Beans. She's helping me out. I do not feel well today. I don't know if it's a flu bug or whatever, but something is going on. So she's doing the cooking and the canning. And I got I got a whole bunch of miniature projects going on. I'm just kind of like taking it easy and pitter-pattering around until I feel better. So she's going to do all the good stuff. And I'm just going to film what I can of it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, and here's how our Danishes have turned out. I pulled them out of the oven because they were getting nice and brown.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Those are perfect.
Yeah. I figured if I let them in any longer, they would have gotten too brown.
No, they're perfect right as they are. It looks darker because of the shadowing, but it's really not dark. I can't lift it. I was trying to lift to show the bottom, but it's sticking. And she's staying the bean.
And I'm just throwing things around.
We actually wash those jars and soak the labels off and reuse them. So
Well, maybe.
that one I'll have to double check that one. But the ham and bean soup, she's putting the beans in. We did not soak northern beans this time. We went out and bought these Randall's beans.
And they are really good.
They're very, very
I
good.
can't complain. I made the sausage and bean soup with them, and oh my, I don't even care for beans, but I love it.
That's why I like ham and bean soup.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the sausage and bean soup, and
This looks great. Now, did you add any seasonings or anything?
well, I added some salt and pepper. I added some garlic. I always add turmeric to everything.
Yeah, we put turmeric in everything.
I probably ought to add a little more of that.
Yeah, not only does that add great color, it is so healthy for you.
Yeah.
It is very healthy. If you put too much, it'll have like a mustard taste, so be careful. But oh my goodness, it is so good.
But you'd really have to put too much in it. Like that amount I put in,
Oh,
you're
no.
not even going to taste it.
No, it just gives it great coloring.
Yeah, but I can tell you that my blood work has changed drastically since I've been doing this. Since
Right.
I've been eating turmeric and everything. I eat onions, garlic and turmeric and everything. And I have been cured of an uncurable blood disease.
And we've been doing honey. Lots of honey, yep. Your honey and your garlic are antiseptics. Your onions is an antibacterial, which is absolutely fabulous. Garlic, you eat garlic, that's an antibacterial. It kills any kind of infections. It's super good for you.
And I love all of it. So that's not a hardship for me to add it to my meals at all. And it adds so much more to your flavor. And it's enabled me to cut back on my salt intake.
Right.
Because I still get a lot of flavoring. I wouldn't be able to eat food that was not flavorful. And this bean soup has got many colors. It's going to be really flavorful. And these beans, I don't know why I would ever again go through the trouble of soaking beans, but I know I will.
Yeah, because we have a ton of them.
Because I have a ton of them.
Yeah.
But these beans are the best.
And we got a bunch of pint-sized wide mouths here. We do have a whole bunch of the quart size too. We're going to do them all up. These are perfect for like when we're away and Rusty's here by himself. The little pint-sized wide mouths, he can grab one out, heat it up. It's easy for him, you know.
And no leftovers. He doesn't
Yeah.
have to deal with anything else.
Yep.
Because sometimes he loves to have leftovers. Other times he gets finicky about it.
Yep.
And I understand that. Sometimes I'm in a mood for something, I eat it, and then I'm done with it. So this way he'll have a choice. If it's something that he thinks he's going to want more of, he can grab a quart size. If it's something he thinks he's just going to want a little bit of, he can grab a pint. But yeah, so we're going to give him options. I don't want to give him too many, you know, because men get confused.
Right. But anyways, we want you to leave a comment in the comments what you would like to see us do. Left Lane Finds and Start With Coffee Adventures has been, I think that's the name of it. I'll have to go and look. She always comments, so you can find her comments below and go check her out. She gave us a great idea. She said ham corn chowder. Now, we haven't made it to the store yet because I've been sick. What a time to get sick when we're canning up all this ham. And she had one other, I think. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, I don't know. You didn't tell me. You did tell me the corn chowder, and I'm very anxious to make that. I've looked up a recipe for it. It sounds absolutely fabulous. I personally am having some teeth issue. It's about 9 degrees here right now. I'm not going outside. With my teeth hurting, I'm not going outside till Tuesday when I go to the dentist. And the only reason I'm going outside then is because I'm going to the dentist.
Right.
Then we'll make sure we get everything. So this coming week, you'll see us doing ham and corn chowder too.
Yes. We want to pick up the stuff for that now that we got the recipe for it.
So put it in there. Hurry, 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 so that we can get the ingredients for whatever you'd like to see us.
Yes, we're trying a bunch of different ideas. So if you have any ideas, please put them in. You have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm sorry we are rebel canners, so if you're upset that we're not doing it the USDA, I'm so sorry. You have to do things your way, and we'll do things our way.
Yeah. I apologize, but I'm going to do it the way my mama taught me. The art of canning, as our parents have taught us and our grandparents, is lost. Mm-hmm. My mom was born in the 30s.
My grandma was born in the horse and buggy stage.
Yeah. And my mom, she was born about the same time as the first car.
Right.
So, I want to pass this on to people, especially people who are homesteaders and stuff.
Right.
They don't have the luxury of doing everything quite the way the USDA does. They have to do things the way that suits them.
Right.
And I know that for a fact that my grandparents raised 9, 10 kids.
Right.
Canning the way I can. And all of them made it to old age.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to say that they did something right.
Right.
Because everybody seems to be living to an older age, so.
Yes. Any ideas, we truly appreciate them.
Yeah, because if I don't have a recipe, I will look it up. I love to try new things.
Just to show you, we still have quite a bit of ham in there. We also have 2 more of these bags. These are the bags that we already cut off the bone and cut up. We still have 2 more full bags of them in the other refrigerator. We're don't have much room left. So, and at some point, I don't know quite when, but we are going to do hog maw.
Yes.
And a hog maw is where you cook your sausage and potatoes and corn and onions and celery, stuff like that, inside the pig's stomach, and you roast it. It is so very good.
And then the pig stomach is nice and crispy.
Yeah.
And I know most people don't eat it. I personally, I haven't had
you want to
in
cook
years.
it to where it's crispy.
But when I know that when I was a kid, we all fought over the pig stomach because it was nice and crispy.
Yeah, and the guy that cleaned it out for us, he showed me. He did a wonderful job cleaning that out. And he soaked it well for us. So it is ready to go whenever we're up and ready to do that. And we'll show you that process because not a lot of people are, old hillbillies like us that eat hog maw. That's like a Pennsylvania thing, more like a Pennsylvania Dutch. And also, they eat like tripe and cow tongue and stuff like that over there. Different things. Nothing gets wasted.
Yeah, see, and I just can't make up my mind whether I'm an old hillbilly or an old hippie.
Yeah.
So I do all the different ways of cooking.
Yep.
I do some hippie stuff. I do some hillbilly stuff. I'm just, I guess, more of a nature person.
Right. Show them one of those jars of Randalls that we've been using since we didn't take the time.
This is what we've been using.
Yeah.
And we absolutely love it.
Yeah, that's what the northern beans came in.
We just stumbled upon these. We were like, oh, what a great idea. They're big and you can see the beans in it rather than buying cans. I don't really care to buy cans because you can't see what you're getting. With these, you could. And Rose is like, well, I think we should get them. And so she did. And they're wonderful.
Yeah. If you get them in your area, stock up on them. They're wonderful.
And these are the puff pastry sheets I use to make the Danish. I'm sure you can make them. I just don't know how you do it, but I think that will be one of my projects is to find a recipe for it and do it.
For what?
Puff pastry.
You just did a puff pastry.
No.
Oh, that kind of puff pastry. Oh, yeah. I would like that.
And then we would have it in the freezer whenever we wanted it, and I wouldn't have to go out and buy it.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah,
no more
because-
buying junk food at the store because there's so many chemicals and dyes and, just nasty stuff in there. We want to get back to the old ways and cook stuff that's all natural, that's good for you.
And these puff pastries actually have turmeric in them.
And that's by Pepperidge Farm.
Yes, and I was just reading on the back of the label, and it says turmeric.
Now, you got them in the freezer section?
Oh, yes.
They come in the freezer section.
Yes, they are frozen. And then you just thaw them out for very little time.
And let me tell you that, I don't know how well you can see that, but it does. It puffs up and gets the pastry. Yeah, it was sticking pretty good. Oh, now that one got a little brown on the bottom, but that's okay. We'll still eat it.
Yeah.
I'm not turning it down. That one's a little bit better. But yeah, they're like layers of pastry. I was showing them the edges so you could see it's like, there's like layers in there. And it is so good.
And my girlfriend Kathy was here the other day when I made it. That's how comes we went through so many. Because I did send some home with her too.
No, yeah, she was helping.
She was helping, so of course I sent some home with her. And she loves it when I do that.
It's a nice little snack for her before she had to go out and deal with umpteen million horses.
Yeah.
And all the other animals.
Yeah, she has lots of animals. She lives on a farm. And,
yeah, actually has a farm rescue. Yeah, those ones turned out much better back there.
And you know what's funny? Is I put them in at the same time and took them out at the same time.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
But she was telling me that when she uses Reynolds wrap or aluminum foil, that everything sticks and she can't ever get it off.
Tin foil. Tin foil.
Aluminum foil.
So, I am going to try to pause this here. Sometimes my phone won't pause that long. It turns itself off and then turns the video off. So, if it does, we'll try and make another video on the canning process. I know you've seen a couple of them on our show yet. But we're going to try and get it all in this one if we can. And that'll be nice.
Yeah.
So, we'll do what we can. Okay. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Not bye yet.
Oh.
Maybe
see you in
bye.
a little while.
See you in a little while. And leave those comments and let us know what you want to do. What you want us to try. This was fantastic. I'm so glad she did those. They turned out so delicious. Okay, this is Pertaining to Rose and Jumping to Jewel Bean. Now, Jumping Jewel Bean made this delicious ham and bean soup. Which I was going to do, but since I made the ham and green beans, I said she could make this. And I'm not feeling well, so she can deal with the food products today. Oh, it looks so good.
It does look so good.
And I'm going to tell you the trick here. Let me show you this. So, hold on a second. You see how good that broth looks? And it's still slightly runny. So this is the trick to doing ham and bean soup. You need a potato masher, preferably ones with the little holes in it or the little grid in it. It makes it easier. Just mash down some of the beans, not all of them. And this is the trick, because even once they're canned, it'll thicken up inside the cans then. And that's what makes your broth really thick when you're making ham and bean soup. And a lot of people don't know that. So that's my little bean trick.
I think that's enough.
Yep, that's perfect. That's all you need to do.
And this is my mom's masher.
Yep.
So it's probably 70 years old.
Wow. And that's the one I grabbed.
Yeah. So it's about 70 years old because my mom always made mashed potatoes with it. Okay, let's start passing over jars. I've been scrubbing up jars for days now. I had to go pull a bunch out of the things. Is that 7? 6. That's 6. Is there, oh, there's one right here. Okay. There's 7. That'll be 1 quart. What is that? Oh, that's
toothbrush or something. Okay. So we're going to start with them, and then we got these little ones, and we got 6, 7, maybe 7 or 8 more jars in there. The bigger jars. So you want, it's kind of hard to do this one-handed. I don't know where the funnel is, Joel.
Okay. All right. Oh. I'll be honest, I'm not a bean person, but...
You put too much in there at once.
But the recipes we've made with this bean has just got me just totally wanting to be a bean person. I have become much more of a bean person. And I am of the mind that just because you didn't like it before doesn't mean you shouldn't try it again. And that's why I tried the sausage and bean. And found out that I absolutely loved it. So, as I get older, I find that there's a lot of things that I didn't eat when I was younger that I do eat now. I am not afraid to try anything. Even things that I know that I hated when I was younger, I will try. And I've never made people eat things that I won't eat. Now, I do cook things for other people that I don't eat. Like, my son always loved ham and green beans.
I love ham and green beans.
My husband loves ham and green beans. Rose loves ham and green beans. And I like cooking them, but I don't like to eat them. I have some issues, though, that the little beans and the green beans doesn't agree with. So that's one of the reasons I don't do that.
I want to tell you another trick. When you're pulling jars out of storage or you buy them at, let's say, a thrift store or something, always run your finger around the edge of the rim to make sure there's no chips, miniature fractures, anything like that. Because you will never get a seal. If there's even just a hair fracture in there, it will never seal properly. So you want to check them, like if they've been in storage for a while, check them before you use them. And I do, when I wash them up, I check them to make sure that nothing, not one thing is like cracked or anything that feels funny to the finger. And you can feel it. You can feel it with your finger going around. If there's anything there.
Yeah, and all these jars were in storage. Because I had given up on canning, my health wouldn't allow me to do it. And thanks to all pertaining to Rose's help, I've got my health turning around the other way. Just little changes, that's all it takes.
Yep.
One little change here, one little change there, and after a while...
Small changes adds up.
Yeah. And it has for me.
Small steps will eventually get you to that mile.
You know, like I was saying, they told me I had this blood disease that was incurable. And the last time I had, or the last 2 times I've had blood work done, they told me I don't have it. And I said, well, how's that? Oh, well, you must have never had it. Well, I was treated for it for 15 years. I can't imagine that for 15 years they were wrong.
Right.
And now all of a sudden they're right. I think
now it came up everything polycystic vera or something.
Yeah, every time it came up, it was there.
Yep.
So I'm just going to say, by the grace of God and the change in my life style has made it go away. I'm very proud of the fact that it's gone. I'm happy about it. And so if these little changes will be what it takes to get me healthy again, That's absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely. So now we're doing a bunch of pints. I do have more quarts if we need them, but the pints are going to be for Rusty. He loves, when we go away, he just loves his little meals. And one of these little jars would be perfect size for him. He won't have to worry about putting away leftovers or anything like that. He may have to wash a jar or two, which he'll probably just rinse out and leave for me when I get back anyway. But that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as he don't throw them out, I'll be fine. He steals them, and then he puts some change, nuts and bolts, all kinds of stuff in them. And I'm like, we need our mason jars. You cannot put metal inside of mason jars. That makes them, that compromises them.
His stuff that he grows.
Yeah. For medicinal purposes. It's
true.
legal here.
Yes.
So marijuana is legal in the state of New York. And every resident, I believe, is allowed 2 or 3 plants for themselves, plus they sell it here.
Yeah.
See, that one came a little bit over the inch head space, so she's moving it over. Good job, Joel.
But he likes to steal the mason jars for it.
Yeah, he likes to steal the mason jars for it.
Which was okay there for a while, because as I said, I had quit. My health just wouldn't permit me to do that stuff. And still, some days I just don't have the energy anyhow. As you saw earlier, my hands don't always work right. Sometimes I throw things across the room.
Mine's the same way.
So you just kind of gotta, where before I used to be mortified by those things, now I just kind of am like, whoops, there we go. You know, like when I threw the jar across the room. That happens when my hands jerk around.
And all these rims will be cleaned off with a wet washcloth before we put the lids on them and get them ready. So you probably won't see all that process because I'll pause the video, and then once we got them in the canners, I'll turn it on and then I'll pause it again until it's done. Because we're going to cook these for at least 90 minutes. Usually people tell you. No?
90 minutes,
oh,
75.
90 minutes for the quarts and 75 for the pints.
The pints don't need as long.
So we will, we do 90 minutes. People suggest if you use meat or anything that's fatty to do 3 hours. Let me tell you, that's for stuff you're going to can for long-term storage for like 15, 20 years. Then you want to do your meat for 3. This meat will probably be eaten up within a year or 2 easily. And then we'll be canning the next pig that comes around. We're talking about doing a cow and some chickens and whatever else. We may do a goat for goat meat. We're not going to do all the goat cheese and stuff like that, but we're talking about it. Kathy has a large animal farm. She rescues animals.
And she's willing to do the raising of the animals.
Yeah.
Because there again, that's something that I can't do anymore.
Get stuff falling off the back of that spoon. It's getting all over the jars.
I'll stop now.
It looks beautiful.
And that's the ham and bean soup all in jars. The rest is supper.
The rest is supper. Okay.
Because that's all that's left.
Oh, yeah. Let's show them how much we're got for dinner. Okay. And if Kathy and them comes by, you may have to open one of the quarts. Okay, so we only did one stock pot because we want to try that ham and corn chowder.
Yes.
That because I never heard of ham and corn chowder, but it sounded so good.
Yes.
And we are discussing maybe a ham Alfredo. We never done it before, but we're discussing it. It's still a discussion. And maybe some ham and rice. Let us know your ideas. If you have anything at all that you can think of with ham,
Because if
let
I
us
don't know how to make it, I am more than willing to look up a recipe and try it anyhow.
And we're talking maybe ham salad. Chris will have to grind up the ham, but
Yeah.
and you don't can mayonnaise. Don't ask me why.
I don't know why either.
Yeah,
but
that
it
doesn't make
said
no
don't
sense.
add
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
The recipes that we looked up said that probably because the fat in it. So I don't know, but the mayonnaise might turn colors in there anyway once it's heated up.
And then I
So,
wouldn't like
yeah.
that.
But if we did just the ham salad minus the mayonnaise, we can open up a jar
And just add mayonnaise.
and just add mayonnaise to it, and it will be already done.
Yeah.
So that would be really, really nice, especially going on the road. We want to go out in the van and live in the van for a while here and there, just part-time, and that would be something perfect to take with. Ham salad,
we
just...
like ham salad.
Yep.
I don't like the... It seems to me when I stop at a store and get ham salad, it's gross.
Oh, yeah. No, they make it different in other
taste like
states.
ham.
And a lot of times they use pink bologna.
Oh, see, that's what the problem
yeah.
is then, because it doesn't taste like ham to me, so I don't like it.
My dad made ham salad with Lebanon sweet bologna.
Ooh, now I can eat
and that was very good, but it's very hard to grind up all that sweet bologna, but I bet you the Amish guy up the road would, and we could make some. Ooh, sweet bologna salad. It is so good. With some sweet pickles in there, some sweet jerkins, or what are they called? Sweet gherkins.
Gherkins.
Yeah. But here they are. We'll be back.
Alrighty.
Okay, now I'm going to show you guys this. Got my quarts in here. I didn't put my waters in, and there's a perfect fit in there. But when you do pints, they never fit. So I put a bigger jar in there, and I put a towel around it. Or otherwise, there would be too much room. And I put an extra jar there, which really isn't going to move, but this one would have bounced around. No matter what size I put in there, there was too much room. So you can do this. Make sure if you have empty jars in your canner, fill them up with water. Now your water line will still come, let me show you, right to the bottom of this lip here. You don't want it to go up where the seal is. That will be plenty of water. And because these are pretty hot, I will add extremely hot water to it and put it on for 90 minutes. If the water boils down too low, I will have water in the coffee pot that I made through, just plain water through the coffee pot. And then I can add that if the water boils down too low. Okay.